If you have not heard about it before, here is it. The year was 1932. America was drowning in the Great Depression. But in a quiet corner of Alabama, something far darker was beginning. In Macon County, near the town of Tuskegee, hundreds of poor black men were about to become part of an experiment they never truly understood. They were told they were receiving treatment. Treatment for what doctors called bad blood. A vague term. A lie. What they actually had was syphilis. And the U.S. government knew it. At the center of it all was the U.S. Public Health Service. They partnered with the prestigious Tuskegee Institute, gaining the trust of the local black community. Doctors came in with promises. Free medical care. Free meals. Free burial insurance. To men who had almost nothing. Sounded like hope. But hope turned into horror. Because this was never about curing them. This was about watching them die. Roughly 600 black men were enrolled. About 399 already had syphilis. The rest were used as a comparison group. And none of them were given proper treatment. Even as medicine advanced. Even when penicillin was discovered in the 1940s, a cure that could have saved their lives, the treatment was withheld. On purpose. Doctors didn't stop the disease. They studied it. They watched as bodies slowly broke down. Blindness. Mental deterioration. Organ failure. Pain that stretched for years. While the men believed they were being helped. Some of them passed the disease to their wives. Children were born with congenital syphilis. Entire families, unknowingly pulled into the experiment. And still, it continued. Year after year. Decade after decade. 40 years of silence. 40 years of suffering. Until finally, in 1972, a whistleblower exposed the truth to the press. The nation was shocked. Outraged. But for many of the men, it was already too late. By the time the study ended, dozens had died directly from syphilis. Many more from complications. Families were destroyed. Trust was shattered. In 1997, decades later, President Bill Clinton stood before the survivors and their families. And he said what should have been said long ago. What the United States government did was shameful. But apologies cannot erase pain. They cannot bring back lives. This wasn't just a study. It was a betrayal. A reminder of what happens when power is abused and human lives are reduced to data. And even today, the echoes of Tuskegee still linger. In distrust. In fear. In questions that refuse to fade. Because some wounds don't just heal with time. They become history.